Tim, potentially one more win to return Cork City to the top flight. You know, if you do it on Friday with 6 games to go, it's a good testament like to your players and staff.
It was the goal when I spoke to the club last off season. It was the only target this season was to try and go and win the league. So we've put ourselves in a position now that we're 1 win away. Listen, we have a few hits at it because I think we're 1 win away and we've 7 games left. So it's a big game for us. And again, it's just one that we're looking at. We're looking at Friday. We're looking at UCD, who are a very, very good team. I think they're the best team we've played this season. And I think if you look at the points difference between us and them at the minute, I don't think it'd be anywhere near as much if Ronan Finn didn't have the injury he had for a certain length of time this season. So Finner's back. You can see that he's brought them on with his leadership and his qualities as well. And I think he's the most decorated player ever in this country in the league. So you can see the improvements they've made in the last lot of weeks. But it's a game we're looking at now, and we're looking to try and get that win on Friday.
Just UCD, Tim, obviously they've been a tough enough for you, haven't they? 1 goal in the 3 matches.
Yeah, I think actually, funny enough, the game up there, the 0-0, there wasn't a great deal in the game. I think the 1-0 at home, there was probably very little in the game as well, but the 0-0 at home, I think their keeper has probably had the game of his life. I think he's made 4 or 5, maybe 6 unbelievable saves that day.
Yeah.
It was actually probably one of the best performances we had this season. Was the last time we played in our place. So we've had a few additions since then. We've got some very experienced strikers coming in. So again, listen, Friday is the big one for us. We're 1 more win away from getting the club back to the Premier Division, which is where this club belongs. So we know it's not going to be an easy game. As I said to you, I think they're the best team in the league outside ourselves, and I think that they're even getting stronger as the season goes on. You can see the victory they had in the FAI Cup away to Sligo, who were absolutely flying at that time as well. So they're coming into this game really confident, and listen, we are too.
The tough game last Friday might stand you with it. It was a tough game against Longford,
Yeah, I think it's funny because I think the first half last week's probably the best we've started a game in the last maybe 3 or 4 months. We've been coming in at half time saying, listen, we can up the levels and do better, and I thought we played very well first half, and we found ourselves 2-1 down. And you know what, credit to Longford, because they had even that 2-1 up, they had goals, and they could have possibly got another one. I know Darren made an unbelievable tackle back post when Danny Norris was going to try and tap it in, and I think Brad made a good save low down from the left hand side as well. So they had a right pop at it, and listen, we get the late goal. But when you look back at the stats in the game, I think last Friday was our highest expected goals all season, which surprised me actually when I seen the match report. But again, listen, when you have the quality of Shawnee and Keats in the middle of the pitch, I think the more crosses you get to the box and the more chance we create, it's only a matter of time before the goals start flying in.
Yeah, and I suppose that you've proved as well with all the late goals you scored this year, Tim. That just shows you the character of the team. Even if you do go behind, like there's goals in you, obviously, and you go through, and which you saw in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, again, listen, if you look at the goal down in Cove as well, I think I said it to you after the game in Cove, that probably going down to the 10 men, Cove probably hampered us a little bit because they sat in deep, they defended really well, they were very well disciplined, and it comes with the win comes from Cahill getting a good little ball stood up at the back post, and Keats coming in and burying a header, and then again at the weekend Keats gets us back with another header from that side of the pitch with Evan, and then later on it was great to get Bagsy back on the pitch. He's been very frustrated probably the last maybe 10 weeks or so after he'd done his hamstring. He was flying beforehand, setting up goals and scoring goals, and to get him on for 10-15 minutes and for him to get the assist for the winner was brilliant to have him back as well. But again, it's just keep believing and putting balls into the box into the right areas, and the strikers in the box making the right movements, and eventually something will fall from him.
Yeah, because the size of the squad as well, Tim, would we expect 1 or 2 changes maybe for Friday?
Possibly. Listen, we made a couple the last day. Again, I think we Matty Kiernan came in down in Cove. I thought he was exceptional. It was only a second start for the club since the first day of the season when he broke his leg. It's a little bit more difficult because Matty's back in school now, so he's not in training, so it's hard. But again, Evan comes back in against Longford, and he set up another 2 goals, 2 assists for Sean's first and for Keats' first as well. So Evan's been exceptional there all season, and you have Muzz didn't play the other day. Jack was in, done very well for 75, and we've got plenty of options. It's obviously Cahill's not available; he's away with the Irish 19, so we'll have to tweak something there. But yeah, there'll be a few changes, but we've been doing that for most of the season anyway. Yeah,
and the last one for me, Tim. Obviously, the City fans will travel in numbers. They won't want to miss it in case you do clinch it on Friday, but obviously they prefer to win at home, but you don't mind where you win it once it's done.
Listen, I don't think you want to sit here and try and be picky and choosy when you can win or not win a game. So our objective is the same as the Derry game, the same as every other game we played this year. Is the goal to go out at the start of the game is to go and win the game. So that'll be no different on Friday. I think probably the last minute goal down in Cove, and then the last minute winner at the Cross against Longford last week, it probably leaves fans leaving the grounds in a really upbeat and good mood that we probably haven't seen this year, when we got earlier goals and then sort of just seeing games out with a clean sheet. So I think the excitement and the noise from the shed on Friday night when the winner went in, and at the end of the game with the players in front of them, and that, I think if we can bring that in now to UCD, and hopefully if we can get over the line on Friday, I'm sure that bus journey home for everyone will be pretty enjoyable.
Good luck Friday, yeah?
Cheers, Brad, thanks.
Part of your job all leading this week to try and keep maybe the players' feet in the ground a little bit, obviously.
Listen, when you've got Greg Bulger in the dressing room, you've Keane Coleman, who's captain a team to First Division title a few years ago, and you have experienced players in there with Keats and Shawnee and Sean Murray and Jack, and you've got plenty of experience there. So to be honest, this week we've seen that they've been the ones that have been driving it. They can sense that they're close to what our goal was at the start of the season. And listen, there's going to be no chance that they're taking their foot off the gas or thinking they're going to go up and just win a game on Friday, because the game up there last year was very little in it. And we, as I said previously, listen, UCD I think are the best team in the league that we've played this season, and I'm expecting nothing more than a really tough game.
Yeah, like it may happen Friday, but it seems like it's going to happen at some stage. You know, but just in terms of the club as a whole, how equipped is it for maybe going back to the Premier Division next year?
Listen, I think I've spoken about this a few occasions. I think with the takeover the last time when Colin got promoted and done an unbelievable job getting the club back up, it probably happened late in the window where they were maybe 6 months behind where they possibly could have been. And I think with the additions of Keats and getting Sean Murray tied down and Shawnee coming in, you can see that there's forward thinking from the club there, and listen, I've no doubt that before the season's out now you'll see a lot more players re-signing and other players getting spoken to about next season. We've 7 games left this year. It's an opportunity to go and try and win the league as soon as possible, and then you can get the opportunity to see maybe some of the younger lads as well playing 90 minutes and physically see how they are, and that'll probably put the club in a better position going up. And I know it was very difficult for the club the last time, but hopefully we can get over the line and get promoted, and then that gives us more planning for next season.
Yeah, that could make a big difference, even that extra week or two, if you were to win it Friday night.
No, 100%. And I think if you look at the Premier Division, there's 7 games left, and I don't think there's anybody knows where they're going to finish. There's the European place up for grabs, there's the league title up for grabs, there's relegation promotion. So I think there's nobody in the Premier Division knows where they're going to be next season. So if we can, please God, get over the line on Friday, it gives us 6 games and possibly 6-7 weeks more preparation than every team in the Premier Division for next season. So that's why Friday is a massive game, and we want to try and win every game of football. And if we can win Friday, we know that the club's back to where it belongs.
I think this happened before, but given that you could win the league Friday, was there any talk about maybe Cahill staying behind there?
No, listen, I'm not going to stand in the way of anyone representing their country. It's the biggest achievement I had when I played football, was representing my country at underage internationals. It's something you look back on with absolute pride. So I would never stop someone else having that feeling and that achievement. And I think Cahill's performances this year, after coming off the back of missing the Victory Shield and having a very, very tough year when he done his cruciate. His performances this year have got a lot of interest and a lot of talk and hype around him, and it's warranted because he's a fantastic kid. And now to be called up to an international age group a year above shows how well he's doing, and we want all our players to get that recognition and to experience that, and it's certainly not one that we'll be standing in the way of. Obviously, I'd probably call himself. Well, if we do win the game on Friday, we'll probably miss out and feel he's a little bit cheated there, but it's not a bad way to miss out when you're away representing your country.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Mackie's in school, is it?
Yeah, Matty's obviously he's going into the leaving cert, so.
Yeah.
And again, that's something I speak with the young players and the parents about. It's something that we're very conscious about, that football is a very unstable industry, and I think Matty's got a right good chance to have a good career, but education is the priority at his age, and it's something that we say to the parents, that their education comes before anything else, and the players don't like to hear that at times, but that's something that we want to look at, is to make sure that you give the kids the best chance to succeed in life and not just in football.
Is he taking a half day Friday, so is it, or day off?
You think he's ringing in sick?